it's Miss Cycle. I'm recording outside today because my whole house is loud. But I thought I would put up a guided drawing of our school mascot. And I would love it if you guys could share some of your versions of our school mascot and then maybe include a message that you want to share to our school family, and I might be able to put some of these together to share with everybody. So let me show you my example. This is my Bell Bear, and he's holding a little sign that says, "I love my Bell family." So I'm gonna walk through this drawing with you. We're going to draw our own Bell Bears, and if you notice, mine's a little crooked. He's a little lumpy, and that's okay. I like crooked lumpy bears. I think they're extra cute. And then we're gonna talk about what kind of message you could put at the bottom to share with our Bell family. So all I'm using today is just a white piece of copy paper and a black marker. I have my little marker board to show you anything ahead of time, and then I have my picture to look at while I'm drawing. I'm gonna start with that round head of my bear. Now mine is kind of lumpy and bumpy. The bottom of that round head is gonna be at about the middle of my paper. So I'm gonna find that with my finger and practice making that round head kind of with my imaginary marker before I actually make it with my real marker. And if it's lumpy, bumpy, wiggly, no big deal. Now let's look at the shape of his nose. It is an oval, kind of like a squished circle. And it's gonna be down near the bottom, but not all the way at the bottom of my bear's head. I'm gonna give him a little mouth with a backwards letter J and a forwards letter J. And then I'm gonna show you inside the nose and in the eyes, I have these little highlights. It's a part of that shape that I leave white. And what that does is it makes it look like it's shiny. It makes it look like it is actually round. So I'm gonna kind of trace out what part of that bear's nose I'm gonna leave white. It's kind of a curved rectangle. And then I'm gonna fill in the rest of it nice and slow and smooth with my black marker. Now, if you are drawing in pencil and then you're gonna go back and trace with marker later, don't use your time to color it in with pencil. If all you're doing is pencil, then that's fine. Go ahead and color it in now. Next, I'm gonna add an oval to show where his snout is. This oval is gonna be up tall instead of squished flat. It's gonna go just around the bottom of those mouth lines and then up a little bit higher on his face. I'm gonna go ahead and place his eyes with my fingers first so I can kind of imagine where they're gonna go. I'm gonna just draw 2 empty circles. Now you can kind of get creative and draw any kind of bear eyes that you want. You could do this kind with the little dot right near the bottom, but I'm actually gonna fill my bear's eyes all in black with just that little white highlight, just like I left on his snout. But this time I'm gonna kind of put them over to the side. Now I'm gonna go up and look at his ears. They're kind of like squished rainbows. I start up like a rainbow, but then it's just a little bit squished, flattened out. I'm gonna use my fingers to kind of estimate where the other ear is gonna go. And if they end up all wackadoodle, one ear up high, one ear down low, it is no big deal. And I'm gonna add a second little squished rainbow inside each ear. I'm gonna make a few adjustments, and then I'm gonna start looking at where that poster board is gonna go. I'm gonna start with that horizontal line that goes almost all the way across my paper, but it stops right before the edge. I have to draw his paws first before I continue the poster board down all the way, because his paws go in front of the poster board. I'm gonna do 3 little loopies and then a rainbow line behind them, and the other side is just the opposite. 3 little loopies, almost like someone took a bite out of the poster board, and then a rainbow line behind it. And those are his little paws that's holding up that poster board for us to see. I'm gonna continue that line down now, bump and jump, to show where the rest of the poster board kind of goes off the bottom of my paper. My last little detail is to finish his shoulders, and they kind of bump into that poster board. Now in the example on my phone, my bear's sign says, "I love my Bell family." But you can make your bear's sign say anything you want. Just make sure that you leave yourself enough space to write it. So on this one, maybe I'm gonna write something about my virtual learning. Maybe this bear wants us to know that he's rocking his virtual learning. So I would take my time and write those letters as neatly as I can. But I want you to get creative about the kinds of messages that your bear is going to share. He could be talking directly to one teacher at school that you really miss, or one thing about school that you really miss. Here are a couple different ideas that your bear could be saying. Maybe you want to let us know that you really miss your friends. I bet they miss you too. Or maybe that you love your school. Whatever you want to communicate is fine. That is what your bear can be saying. Maybe there's something delicious from the cafeteria that you miss, like those bunkum burgers. So what is your Bell Bear gonna be saying? I can't wait to see them.